Now more than ever, Japan content is all the buzz. It's monetizable. With GeeXPlus, we analyze 5 to 6 different categories. To put it simply, shorts will get you exposure, but long form is where it's at. I had been working with Joey the Anime Man, Gigguk, and Sea-Dog. The internet probably gives me too much credit saying like I created them or something. Like, let's make trash taste this huge thing. I wanted to be an avocado farmer.
Hey there, and thank you for tuning in. We're excited to bring you another great conversation today. If you like the show and want to support us, please hit the subscribe button so we can keep bringing you great content week after week. And if you're feeling extra generous, give this video a like and share your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you so much. And now, let's get into it. Welcome to Unpacking Japan. I'm Toby, and today we welcome Meilyne. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Am I supposed to look at you the whole time? Or
yeah, you can.
I forgot to ask you.
You know how many people have commented about me staring too much at the guests, so today you can just stare at me all the time if you want to, and the comments may be finally about you and not about me.
You know, if it was 2 years ago, I would have a problem because, you know, during the pandemic lockdown, eye contact was not a thing. So then my first year back, like, with the people that I haven't met before, I'm like, I can't stop. I can't look at them in the eye. But now it's been 2 years, so I'm like adjusted to society again.
Adjusted and ready.
Yes.
You're the president and director of GeeksPlus.
Yes.
Content creator management agency based in Tokyo, and you've worked with many creators that have found their way to Japan, some of which you've brought here. Some of the notable projects that maybe many people may be familiar with is the Trash Taste podcast, for example. So we'll talk about all this and the creator economy in Japan. But before we dive into this, I'm curious about what brought you to Japan in the first place.
So many things. 3 things. Food, anime, and my husband.
3 good reasons to move to Japan.
Yes. Anime has been like everything for me. Like, it has been my obsession since I was like maybe 12. When is it? Yeah, I was just obsessed with it for some reason. It was like an escape. I loved fantasy. I loved Lord of the Rings. My dog's name was Smeagol. And anime had a lot of, you know, stories in the fantasy genre. So loved it. Ate that up. And Japan was like anime and manga. I mean, of course it is because it's made by Japanese people. It reflects on their culture. So yeah, that's what brought me to Japan. I don't know, how deep am I supposed to go with this?
As deep as you want to. I'm curious, what was the moment in that journey? You know, as a teenager, you discover anime and you just fall in love with this. But when do you decide to, okay, I need more of that. I want to move to Japan.
I don't know. For me, I don't know. It is very personal, but like my parents had divorced when I was, I think, 11, 12, and kid, you know, it's depressing for kids. So I needed something to throw myself into. And that was either MMORPGs. I was obsessed with MapleStory, Ragnarok, back when I was like 12, and then anime, easy to throw myself into that. And I guess, what was the question again? Here comes the ADHD.
What was the moment for you to decide, okay, I'm uprooting myself and I'm moving to Japan?
Right. I had no attachments to, I guess, being where I'm from in California. I mean, both my parents, I didn't live with both my parents, actually. I was living with my aunts. They had their own families going on. So I could go anywhere because I have, like, it's like, there's just, no attachments anywhere. So I thought, you know, when I graduate high school, I really want to go wherever it's like in the anime, you know, there's cherry blossoms floating. You know, there's scenes in manga or anime where the character is cycling through the countryside or wherever it is in the city. And that's what Japan's like, because I fortunately, or luckily, I was able to visit Japan once twice during my childhood. And I remember, this is, I like this a lot. And I'm like, at that time I was really, really introverted, and I don't know if a lot of people know this. Maybe they think that because Tokyo has so many people, you have to talk to so many people or whatever, but that's not the case. It's an introvert's paradise. You could go days without looking someone in the eyes or talking to them or having a weird conversation with the Starbucks barista. You don't have to do that. Or if you're riding an elevator, someone's not going to say hello and like ask you your life story for an hour or something in the cafeteria. Like, I hated that when I was in America. I just wanted to be left alone, and Japan had all of that for me. So I think probably when I was 15, I decided, or I just knew I wanted to live in Japan or go to Japan, have a job related to anime or something of that sort.
Did you have a plan for that, or did you suddenly kind of improvise and okay, let's buy some tickets, let's see what I can find there?
I had a plan. First, I was like, I don't speak the language. I'm Vietnamese American. I'm not Japanese at all. Didn't speak Japanese at that time, and still kind of. I'm not native at all right now either. But yeah, at that time, my plan was, okay, the idea is get an internship either at a Japanese company or a company that works with other Japanese companies. Mm-hmm. And if I'm good enough, maybe they'll offer me a job at their headquarters. And this is me when I was like, I don't know, 18 or something. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. Maybe I should do that route. Maybe I should study business or something. And then meanwhile, I had my aunt who is a dentist saying like, you should go for something stable. Why don't you be a dentist like me? Dentistry, it's stable. And I was like, that sounds good too. I guess just in case I could try to dabble in both.
I can imagine how the idea of staring at people's teeth all day long might not be that appealing when the other option is going to Japan and living your anime dream.
Yeah, I also kind of liked it too. I'm not like into grotesque things or anything, but I love dissecting things even now. Maybe you could talk about this later, but I live in the countryside now, and there are plenty of insects, and I'm into insect taxidermy, so it didn't gross me out to like look at teeth or whatever like that. So that was, I guess, how I was planning how to get to Japan.
Study business, find an internship, and go to one of these big headquarters and settle.
Yes.
But that's not what happened.
That is what happened, actually.
That is exactly what happened.
During my, college studies, I was able to land an internship at a Japanese company. It was from, a rather large company in Japan. Had a startup going on, and they were trying to fund this new, what everyone was doing, 13, I don't even know, over 10 years ago, dating apps. So it's a Japanese company trying to start a dating app in San Francisco. So my part-time job was trying to actually recruit engineers to be a part of this, and also do, group studies on dating culture in the SF Bay Area. It was really random.
It sounds super random, especially considering the American dating apps and Japanese dating apps seem to have a very different approach to the subject matter.
Definitely, right?
Americans maybe more like Tinder or Bumble or apps like this.
The thing is, it was really, I'd never used a dating app, and I still don't. So I was like, well, doesn't matter. This is Japanese related. I'm going to do it because I want to get there. So I did that internship. And it was interesting because the founders at that time, or the person that they sent to America, just wanted to be in America, like had this obsession with being in America, an American
So it's
people.
the reverse of you.
I guess, yeah. But he didn't care about the project, and I guess neither did I. I was just for the resume. Mm-hmm. So I did that for a while, and then he would the executive at the time was like, you're doing good with this recruiting thing for the engineers. Why don't you meet the CEO and the other founders in Japan your next trip or something? So I was working part-time at a gyaru fashion store in San Francisco. Oh, I don't know where this comes in. I forgot to mention, not only anime, I also liked gyaru fashion when I was in high school. So I was working part-time for the clothes and the money. So I saved money from the part-time job to buy a ticket during my spring break, one of my years in college, I think it was junior year, to come to Japan, meet the CEO of that company I was interning for. And it turned out to be really cult-like. But he was like, yeah, I guess we have a job for you here. So the year after that, after I graduated, I was able to go there, I guess, join.
So that was kind of your first proper move to Japan then, through that company that you've interned with in San Francisco.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wavered. I wasn't sure because Japanese salaries, even at the time, were not comparable to San Francisco.
Well, especially not San Francisco, I can imagine.
Yes, so I actually, after graduating, I got a different job at an unrelated, it was not related to Japan at all. It was a gaming, it was in the gaming industry, related to gaming. And I had worked there for 2 weeks. And then I thought, money's great, but actually this isn't for me. So I sent a resignation letter after 2 weeks. CEO was so angry. Because I would be angry too. It was like, why did you even bother if you had this dream, So I get where they're coming from. And that's why I can't name the name of the company, because I think he blacklisted me. But yeah, so I quit that company. And then I just moved to Japan and I joined the company that I had been interning with the year before that. Worked there for 6 months. How far am I supposed to go with this story? No, it's a tangent.
I'm curious now about the part where you actually arrive in Japan. Oh. You said you went to Japan a couple of times during your childhood, and you kind of had this idea of what you're getting into, and you loved anime and you had this image. Moving to Japan is a whole other thing. You suddenly have to settle, find an apartment, and your surroundings kind of change.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think I did so much during my college years that I totally forgot to mention this, but I took 1 year off of college because it was my year of wavering. It's more like, should I actually go to Japan? There's like no money and I don't know. Suddenly uncertainty came up in my junior year. And I took a year off and I begged my mother if I could take a year off to go to Japan to see if I actually like it and test the waters. So actually before I graduated, I came to Japan to check things out, and I liked it quite a bit. I saw there's a lot of business opportunity in any industry in Japan, and cost of living at that time wasn't that bad because I'm comparing it to San Francisco. So to me, it was like so much cheaper, right? So yeah, I thought it was great. Went back to university, finished within 4 years. I crammed winter classes, summer classes to graduate as soon as possible. I think under 4 years, despite having 1 full year off. So yeah, I already knew what it was going to be like when I graduated, made the decision to come to Japan.
Gave you some confidence to just make the jump and come here.
Yeah, that was basically
now
it.
You are the president and director of GeeXPlus. Can you tell a little bit the story behind that and how you got started with this?
So coming up to 10 years, I joined this company called Bookwalker under Kadokawa Group. It's their ebook service division. It's, I would say, the largest manga, light novel, ebook store in Japan, specifically catering to, I guess, otaku or anime, manga loving people. And I joined them to do their as a marketing specialist for the launch of their English platform, their English store, which was I think like 2015. Yeah, 2015. So it is coming up 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years now.
That I did that. And I guess a couple years went by. After 4 years or 5 years, they started introducing a new business competition within the company, just as a, I guess, team building thing or a fun activity, I guess, for employees. And the prize money every year before that had been like, I don't know, let's just say this much, this much money. So I'm like, seems fun, but I'm going to do my job. I'm going to go home. I don't want to do extra stuff for that much. And then the next year came, and then my boss at the time was like, you should apply this year. The prize is like this much. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess if I put in this much time and I win, it would be worth it. So I submitted a application or a business plan for a creator management agency. And I guess it got first place. And normally within the group company or Kadokawa as a whole, company or nothing becomes of these new business competitions. And it had been unprecedented, I guess. But the business idea caught the attention or eyes of executives in higher places, and they thought it should be a thing. So after a year of winning that competition, GeeXPlus came to be in 2019, and now it's approaching 6 years.
Congratulations.
I guess. Yeah.
That's pretty cool to think about, even the concept that a large company like this, a publishing company, would organize an internal business competition with businesses that are maybe not even related.
Yeah.
And you won this. And so you got the opportunity later on to build this agency from scratch.
Yes. I wasn't interested in it, though. I was interested in the prize money. Just
give me the cash, but don't give me the responsibility.
Yes. I wasn't well, when they said, oh, it could become a business, I'm like, I guess sure. If the money's good, sure.
So what was your business plan? What was the idea behind GeeksPlus, what you wanted to build?
Well, mainly it was to help creators get a visa in Japan. Because before that, actually, I had been working with, for example, Joey the Anime Man, Gigguk, and Sea-Dog from 2016.
So in your marketing activities, you were doing
I was working with them. So I was arranging official interviews with authors, directors, and whatnot, because that had never been done before. Like usually YouTubers don't collaborate with Japanese manga authors or whatever. So I arranged those back in 2016, and years after working with them, some of them would be like, oh, it'd be nice to work in Japan. And I'd be like, well, you can only get a visa. Well, you're a YouTuber. You can only get a visa if you work here as an employee. So that fact had been in the back of my mind. I'm like, I wonder, that would be hard, huh? So, but if we had a visa.
If there was a loophole somewhere.
Yes. So after consulting various immigration lawyers, it was possible. There is a visa type that you can get to bring creators or to be a creator to come over here. Now there's all different types of visas to get Japan. It's becoming more and more easy to come to Japan as a creator, whether you're in an agency or coming here independently. It depends on, I guess, the direction you're going with your business as a creator. If you're just making YouTube videos, or are you making YouTube videos and you have a company of your own that's somehow, connected to your videos.
So the original idea was, okay, from a marketing perspective, you worked and collaborated with various creators that have an interest in Japan, and now you are interested in deepening the collaboration and kind of have them be here physically so you can actually do even more. But the big hurdle was visas.
Yes, hurdles were visas.
And you figured that out, and suddenly you had the three that you mentioned before, the Anime Man, Gigguk, and Sea-Dog come over.
And then SidSnap, which is Gigguk's wife, came over end of 2019. And as we were preparing paperwork to bring 4 other creators over, lockdown happened, COVID happened. And it was just 3-4 creators for the next 3 years. No growth for bringing new creators. So we focused on just growing the 4 that we have.
Now that you actually had them here, they all had their own channels up until then, and they were doing the interviews you were arranging and their own content and so on. What was your idea with having them here? What could you do differently that you weren't able to do before?
So, for example, I'll use Gigguk's channel. He is, I guess, one of the most respected anime-related content creators on the internet. And to put him even a step further than other anime creators, bringing him to Japan, giving him the opportunity to go to anime studios to get exclusive interviews, insight, working directly within the anime industry, gave him, I guess, validated what he was doing, and that was huge. That was really great. And then we have like Sea-Dog's content. He has transformed quite a bit. He was doing like Parodies, BL related content, and then coming to Japan. I mean, there's a cap for that. And when he came to Japan, he was able to, I guess, try other content with his personality. He's an entertainer at the core. It doesn't matter what the topic is. He's an entertainer. You throw him, he's going to throw him in some situation. He's going to entertain. So throw him in Japan, he'll be entertaining you with Japan as the resource
whomever
thing.
Is around him.
Yes. And then you've got Sid Snap. She actually wasn't really doing much YouTube before, but when she came to Japan, I guess before she came to Japan, she was doing one video every 2 months or something. And then when she joined our agency, we worked together. She was doing 4 videos a month, which is huge. It's a lot. And she would be going to bars, girls' bars here as in Japan, introducing them on the internet. Like, there's this bar where you can be spanked and fed a baby bottle full of tequila, things like that, which is a real thing. And introducing these bars that are only in Japan gave her, I guess, is it edge, leverage? I don't know. More
Credibility and more kind of
like different opportunities to grow, because there's no competition. No one else is doing the same content. They can't even get in the country. So it was a great opportunity for all the creators involved within GeeXPlus, I think.
For GeeksPlus perspective, I mean, originally speaking, this is kind of backed by Kadokawa Group. So I imagine they are seeing this also as a way like a collaboration avenue.
Yes.
To what extent are you then kind of involved into planning and deciding the content, or was your goal just to bring them here and give them access and opportunities, and the creators will kind of keep their independence to do whatever they want and just do like regular collaborations and with the main group?
I mean, like most management companies, or I would say more of agencies outside of Japan who are handling creator sponsorships, their bread and butter is the commission that you get from the creator, whether it be through merchandise or a client sponsorship. So how we were dealing with it is we're not directing the type of content they're doing. The idea is if they have a video and we could put a sponsor, it's a win-win. But if I have 10 sponsors and they're only putting out 1 video a month, it's a waste for the 9 sponsors that have nowhere to throw their money. So it was in our best interest to help them come up with ideas initially to go out and, I guess, make these videos. I'll use, I guess, Sea Dog as an example. When he first came here, I was like, there's BL cafes, there's Butler cafes, there's so many, there's host clubs. Why don't you do videos on that? And then he started doing videos on those type of things. And the views increase, the number of videos output increase. So the value that we could give to the clients was exponentially higher. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it kind of does. Which leads me to my next question then. Nowadays, you had the opportunity to do this right before Japan closed its borders for COVID for a few years. And so you kind of had an exclusive access with very renowned people and well-known faces in their respective fields to do a lot of content. After the borders reopened, it feels like it opened the floodgates to like content creators coming from all over the world to make all kind of content in Japan. Working in that field and basically having to vet content creators and analyze content, what works and so on. What kind of changes have you seen, and how do you look at the market right now?
I mean, right now, there's so many ways to answer this question. First, it's like the type of format is different. Just like any genre or any industry, from long form, people are learning. The new generation is learning from short form because their attention span. They have 60 seconds to learn something. They don't want to.
60, you're being generous.
Okay, yeah, maybe 30 to 60 seconds to learn something, and they're not going to spend 30 minutes to learn about whatever it is. And it's very quick. Everyone has a smartphone now, so even if someone wasn't creating content before, when they're traveling, they come here and they make a video. They throw it through an editing app, and boom, it's out, and that video goes viral. They didn't even have to be a well-known creator before. The content speaks for itself. And I mean, it's all different types of short form creators that are helping increase the number of Japan-related content out there. So that's, I guess, one way to kind of answer that question. Second is, I don't know if it's because during COVID, people were watching more anime, or Japan was just one of the closed countries that people suddenly were like, oh my gosh, gotta get Japan. Or maybe they were influenced by the creators we were working with to take interest in Japan. But yeah, the moment it opened, other creators who were not in Japan, who maybe heard or are friends with the creators that we're managing, probably saw the opportunity. These people grew because they were in Japan or something, or these people grew because whatever reason related to Japan. So I think that's why they sought to come here. And probably the situation, I'm just comparing to the US and Japan. Japan was more lax, I guess, during COVID maybe. In the US, from what I've heard from my friends and family, it was not pleasant. Can't really go anywhere. It's dangerous.
Yeah, very strict lockdowns.
Yeah, Japan, you can't mandate that. So people were out and about doing things, I guess. Yeah, so I guess they craved that. There was various huge renowned group of creators that wanted to move to Japan. I think 2-3 years ago when Japan first opened, because they were so tired of being in LA. But slowly, as even LA or the US became a little back to normal, they lost interest in Japan. They're like, actually, I don't need to move to Japan anymore.
Okay.
So it's really interesting. I think they're just that feeling of being stuck in Japan, in the US or wherever it is, made them want to experience something new.
You always want what you can't have, but when you can have it, the desire kind of fades away.
Yes.
Now, though, overall, a lot of creators have moved to Japan, are moving or traveling to Japan. For someone who's living here, my algorithm is obviously showing me a lot of that content, to the point where I get suggested videos from content creators that are in completely unrelated field that make a video about their holiday in Japan. Do you feel like it makes a sort of market saturation for Japan, like an overload of?
I think for people in Japan, they're going to feel a certain way of it. I think now more than ever, Japan content is all the buzz in the US.
Yeah.
I mean, Japanese pop culture, Japanese entertainment is very popular. I mean, I don't know if it's a tie or the same as K-pop, but Japan's very popular on the internet. It's like beloved, I guess. And where was I going with this?
If there's this market saturation feeling.
Yes. Yeah. So I feel like because you live in Japan, because I live in Japan, it's like, oh goodness, it's another Japan video. But I feel like people outside, they're not going to feel that way because they're not surrounded by Japan and stuff.
But you're managing, working with different content creators, that creates more competition though. And you have to find new avenues to make your content interesting, to find unique angles. Do you feel like this has affected your work and your approach in the strategy you have to implement?
No, I think the more people who make stuff about Japan, the better, because it means it's monetizable, I guess. And how an agency or a management company thrives is we need to be signing the next big creator or signing as many creators as possible. So if this group is growing, it's great for us, because then it means tourism in Japan. Well, it is up more now than
the numbers every month, it seems like they're
but it doesn't reflect the budget of inbound tourism related companies, which is really interesting, I guess. So if there's even more that paying customers for these type of businesses that is created by these oversaturated Japan content videos, it's great for the economy here. It's great for the clients. It's great for my company because these clients are having more marketing budget to spend on promoting their tour packages or whatever it may be.
So
that's how I see it.
More content, more views, more people traveling to Japan, more people spending money on businesses that then kind of reinvest into this, like a virtuous cycle.
I think if your question was asked to, say, one of the creators signed to GeeksPlus, maybe they'd say, yeah, there's competition because you are competing essentially.
So they feel more pressure now to deliver on views, which seems to be more challenging than 5 years ago. Also because changes in the algorithm, I guess.
Staying, I guess, relevant for agency or management, it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah.
So you started out with these anime creators,
yes.
and then the borders closed. Now that the borders are open, is it still like your niche, or how have you kind of planned to expand and grow GeeXPlus?
So I think we branded ourselves, I guess, very strongly in the anime genre, I guess. And we've kept it that way because we found that, I guess, back to talking about clients, our clients, when they come to us, they know that we have a pool or a roster of creators that match their target audience. And I guess it's more beneficial for us to be signing creators that match. So now we're not signing only creators that are talking about anime reviews. We're signing actual animators. So recently we had 2 creators join, or several creators that make anime join. Dylan Gu. He has his own animation studio. Fantastic work. He used to be working on Ruby, which I don't know if
I'm not familiar, no.
Maybe you pop up like a Ruby thing, or people
We'll make a note for the editor.
Can
pop up
Google
Ruby
it.
Here.
But yeah, it was a huge, I guess, anime project that he was working on. And now he does independent action scenes and his own series on YouTube, funded by his fans on like Patreon, Kickstarter, etc. But now we're working with him on, not working with him, we are working with him, and he's signed to our agency as a creator. And then on top of that, we have Dango Heart, also animator. We're expanding, signing anime, I guess, animators, still anime related creators, and gaming creators as well. So we've now have, who did we recently sign? Let Me Solo Her, which she's very, very, very well known for his gameplays for the Elden Ring series. So,
what do you look for in a creator as a agency director? I imagine you may have sometimes creators reaching out or hoping to be signed by an agency one day. When you look at the different profiles, also because now you have so much choice and you can't sign everyone, what are you looking for? What are the good signs?
Good signs, positive growth. So before a creator joins, we analyze maybe 5 to 6 different categories. It's not only me, it's a team of people who I guess we don't call ourselves, it's more like talent acquisition team. It's like four of us, including one of the creators that are Sea Dog. He's actually a board member of GeeksPlus. So we get together every week and discuss who do we sign. And we'll look at their growth month by month, how long they've been around, virality and professionalism, what sponsorships we could, like, out of our clientele, what sponsors could we get them? If we can't really imagine getting them any sponsorships, we shouldn't sign them, because if we sign them, we don't get them sponsorships.
Because you make money from the sponsorship.
Yes, it would not be good. Or if there's other ways to help them, for example, production. We actually, outside of sponsorships and commission, we also offer production support, which is part of our parent company's MCN business. They sign up to the MCN. Actually, you shouldn't even say MCN nowadays, because people don't, there's such a lot of negative connotation, but it's basically just a way to collect ad revenue. So we determine how much, or we discuss how much support they need. So if they need, say, 50 hours of support per month, then whatever percentage that is of their ad revenue, we take and we guarantee them a set number of support every month. So there's like 2 ways that we monetize with the creators. And so if we can't earn, I guess, our commission or make our money's worth from signing the creator in a win-win situation through either sponsorships or ad revenue, or maybe working on an anime project together, then we don't sign them. And I mentioned anime project because actually we are working on 2 different anime projects right now together with our creators. One that I can mention right now is Gigguk's anime. It's going to be announced at Anime Expo. I don't know if I should say Anime Expo because then it's going to date this podcast
it's okay.
recording.
We can date it.
Okay,
no
so at Anime Expo, GeeksPlus is going to be having an industry panel where we announce all the projects that our creators are working on. And one of the projects is going to be Gigguk's anime that together with GeeksPlus we've been creating for the past year. And it's a short anime. We're going to have an official premiere in Tokyo, one for press and I guess creators to come, press media, and then one for general audience that will feature a Q&A talk show for, I guess, anyone who would like to come. It's a short film. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm really excited for when it releases.
It sounds very exciting.
Yeah, our whole
I will have
team
to keep an eye out for that.
Is just really excited to have it released.
A 1-year project?
Yes, it's amazing creators, voice actors, and the studio director involved. I can't mention who it is.
But you're basically now also becoming a production studio then by yourself.
Yeah,
with,
for anime.
Yeah,
for anime. Yeah. So it's really exciting. That's a benefit of a creator, Gigguk, being in Japan, being able to create an anime with a Japanese anime studio. A very, very well-respected anime studio with a very, very well-respected anime director.
I guess the names will all be revealed in due time.
Yes. I'm like really excited for it and really proud. I'm like proud of every creator's works that is in GeeksPlus, I guess.
So I guess this is the result of you spending time with your team to vet who is a good fit for GeeksPlus and who is not, and not taking on board everyone, but okay, is there potential here and so on.
I also have to mention, we have to check if they have any controversies. It's really funny. What we do is just put an input, creator name, controversy, creator name, and whatever it is.
On Google.
Yeah. And things come up, or we ask other creators like, hey, have you heard about this person? Because the last thing we want is someone to come to Japan and either go MIA on us, do something illegal, don't heed our warnings, don't listen to us.
Start playing very loud offensive music on the train and make a viral video from it.
Or do illegal things that we told them not to do. For example, oh, you can't do this. You can't record at this place or whatever without getting permission. And they do it, then that's not good for our company.
You mentioned you kind of take a look at a positive growth of their channels. I feel like with the algorithm changing all the time, do you still need to pay attention to the same metrics as you used to, or do you have to change
metrics? Yes. So look at the average views of the past videos, and we just look at the views of the videos, and we don't really look at shorts as much. Shorts it's kind of hard to gauge short form content right now
because of the virality factor and kind of this being so unknown what goes into
that. I guess it's just, to put it simply, long form is easier to sell for sponsorships than short form,
which is interesting because you were mentioning a while back that people's attention span has shortened, and everyone is just it needs to be delivered in short form, yet the value still remains in long form.
Which is really weird. It's a very specific type of audience. It's not saying that long form is not doing good, because creators that are signed with GeeksPlus have mentioned again, like long form, once you get to know what content hits or sticks or what format works for you, long form is like best. Shorts will get you exposure, but long form is where it's at, is what I've been told by many creators that we work with.
Where the value remains.
Yes.
Having your team in Japan has also allowed you not only to work on making an anime with Gigguk, but start other projects. One of the most notable one, I think, would be Trash Taste, a podcast based here in Japan with 3 creators discussing anime and more, also with guests and so on. What was the concept behind this podcast when you got it started with them?
I think the internet probably gives me too much credit saying like I created them or something. It was not something like that at all. It was more like the 3 of them were like, it would be nice if we had a podcast, but we need money for this and this, and we can't rent a studio. We can't do this without help. And that's where, so they floated the idea of what they want. And I said, well, whatever information you gave me, I have to make a Gigguk show, like a proposal about what you want. So give me as much detail as you want. And so they outlined everything. And I said, well, it would mean more, instead of me presenting what you want to do, one of you should present it with me.
To the big boss.
Yes. I know they're going to say yes because also I'm part of the board and it's technically a yes. So I told them it's all about formality. They need to do the formal ask first. Mm-hmm. So I worked with Joey, since he's the only one that writes and speaks Japanese, on the document. The document was like 6 pages, I think.
Yeah,
several back and forth.
Kikakusho, I can imagine.
So it's like details is like, what will they do in exchange for this? And what percentage, whatever, the benefit, the take homes of each party. And we'd work, I guess, feedback back and forth. And it was finalized. And I set a meeting. All 3 of them came in with me, and then Joey did the presentation.
Very cool.
And then it was approved. And then I guess it started with, they didn't have really any topics in mind. The studio was set up. It took a while. But when they say producer, they mean just me turning on the lights, making sure the cameras are rolling, resetting. At that time, the cameras that we had reset every 25, 30 minutes.
25 to 30.
Yeah.
And the episodes are like 3 hours long.
So I'm sitting there and trying to keep track of these 3 cameras and resetting it. And on top of that, I'm managing at that time all of their inboxes, all of their deals, going over the contracts, talking with accounting and our legal team about these contracts while checking these cameras on those days. So it was very hectic.
Laptop here, just
and there was 2 occasions where I was so absorbed in the contract that I forgot to reset one of the cameras, and that ate away at me for months.
There's no going back.
Yeah, but luckily there's 3 cameras, so it's just missing one angle, I guess. So
we've had that happen a couple of times.
Yeah, I was like,
it's bound to happen.
I was like, oh goodness. But at the time, they're very nice about it. They're like, it's okay. Just, it happens. Just something along the lines of, don't do it again. I was like, yes.
The podcast is now really big. I think more than 2 million subscribers on YouTube, I believe. Did you expect that? Was this kind of the plan that you were also selling to the company?
I didn't expect it to get that big. I knew it would be good enough to, I guess, recoup. There's no question that it would recoup the money that we put into it. But I didn't think that it would be like almost at that time when it was starting over 1 million views per episode. Because that's huge.
Yes, it is. Especially for a long form podcast.
Yeah.
Like this.
And none of them, I guess us, knew how to really monetize it. So I came up with a strategy of like, okay, how many sponsors can we fit? It's 3 hours or 2 hours. Maybe the pricing should be this, and sponsorships should go every 30, 45 minutes. So yeah, that was interesting. Figuring out how to monetize it.
Well, I guess the advantage was you have 3 recognizable faces talking about something that everyone wants to hear them talk about.
And they already had individual channels. And with the pilot episode, the idea was to launch a collaborative video where they tell their audience to come check out this new thing. And during that time, most people who were launching podcasts were doing things remotely. And there's nothing like doing an in-person podcast with friends and having natural chemistry that you aren't waiting for a 3-second lag. Because like you tell a joke, 3 seconds later, yeah, great, or something like that.
And the sound, the audio and everything.
Yes. Yeah. So there's no competition for that at that time. Timing was really good, I think.
Now it's been a weekly show, I believe?
Weekly. They never missed an upload.
And it's been 6
maybe 30 minutes late, or maybe an hour late once because I forgot to schedule something. Another mistake. One time I forgot to schedule a video. Not forgot. I think I was waiting for a thumbnail. Sometimes, because we had freelancers, and if they don't send me the thumbnail and then I fall asleep, because it's a 5 a.m. upload in Japan.
Why not change the time to?
That's where that's when they're awake. Because as you look in the studio settings, you can see what time your viewers are awake.
Fair enough.
So
you
5 a.m.
set your
Usually it's more like before I sleep, I have the thumbnail and then I schedule it. Now I don't do that. That was only the first year of business. But now they have a team. They have a team.
Yeah,
I haven't touched anything Trash Taste related in the past 3 years, I think.
How many people work on a project like this now?
Right now, including freelancers?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Because they have a creative director that's based in LA.
So the creative director of the podcast is based in LA.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that creative director / producer had been working with huge creators in the US that I would love to name off mic. And they just knew the formula better, I guess. They're professional.
So there is a formula for a successful podcast.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, they just knew what trends were. I mean, my background was not, I don't have a YouTuber background. So this person was perfect for that. I think I ran into them at like Anime Expo, and then we connected, and then they became the next creative director. But there's that person. There is a person on site that handles all the camera equipment setup. And then there's someone from our team that handles the sponsorship, because every episode has a sponsor. And then there is an editor's team.
Editor's team, okay.
Yes, so it's outsourced to a team of editors. And then there's shorts, various freelancers. But main, I would say five, 6, 7.
Plus,
maybe 7.
It's quite a growing team, to manage such a big podcast. Do you have, it's been kind of consistent, it's been the same theme. Do you have any plans to evolve this, to grow or turn Trash Taste into a new version of Trash Taste? Or is it kind of the idea to continue it as it is?
That is, I mean, I mentioned earlier, but I don't have really any creative input, or I'm not even producing anything related to Trash Taste now. But as far as my conversations go with them, they just plan on keep trying to increase the quality of what they're doing and keep doing what they're doing. Their focus is not to focus on Trash Taste. It had never been like, let's make Trash Taste this huge thing. It was more of a, let's come together, hang out on a Tuesday, and make something fun. Their main focus is each of them on their own channel, their own projects. Joey's working on his own channel and his fashion clothing line, apparel brand. Connor's doing his streaming stuff. Garnt's doing his anime and his own channel. Each of them have their own thing. Trash Taste is something just to come together and get fun. Do something fun. Not too serious.
Not too serious.
Certainly not serious at all.
Not serious at all.
I think.
So for people interested, lots of entertainment and anime-related talk. Sometimes
it's supposed to be good vibes, I guess.
3 hours of good vibes every week at 5 a.m. if you're willing to wake up on Japan time.
Yes.
After managing so many creators for nearly a decade based in Tokyo, you decided to uproot your life and move to Hyogo Prefecture, to the countryside, to a farm or like a rural house with a little bit of a farming space. Yeah. What was, enough of Tokyo, what was the idea behind the move?
So I do live on a farm. It's a retired yuzu farm.
Oh.
I purchased it 3 years ago. And at that time, I think, it was like towards the end of the pandemic or whatever. And I actually live on an island called Awaji Island or Awaji Shima. It's in Hyogo Prefecture. Was it 10 minutes, 20 minutes across
in
the
Osaka
bridge?
Bay,
a bridge across Kobe. So it's like 20 minutes to
between Kobe and Tokushima.
Yes, between Kobe and Tokushima. And originally, I'd always wanted to live in the countryside, actually. I loved Silver Spoon, which is a manga and anime about this kid who goes to an agriculture school in Hokkaido and raises his own animal and eats it. And it's just a lifestyle that I had looked up to. And I had originally planned to move to Hokkaido, an area called Onuma, which is in Hakodate. Happened to be offered free land there.
Wow.
5,000, was it square meters or something?
That's huge.
In a national park. Went to go check it out with my husband on a snowy day in winter, and the park ranger came, looked at us head to toe and said, where are you guys from? And we're like, oh, Tokyo. You guys aren't going to survive out here. It's severe. And we're just like, oh, okay. And then my father-in-law, who is a retired pilot from ANA, had been everywhere in the world and everywhere in Japan. And he's like, you know what? Hokkaido is great,
But yeah, winters are hard when you're old. How about Awaji? And that's because my husband's grandmother was originally from Awaji.
Okay.
Before the bridge. There used to not be a bridge.
The little ferries for crossing the little bay.
Yeah, and I guess the marriage prospects during that time on this small island were not good. So she got on a boat to her arranged marriage, I guess, to another Hyogo area. And yeah, so we chose Awaji because it's also close to my husband's family. They're from Hyogo also, Takarazuka area.
Yeah, just north of Osaka.
Yes, beautiful place. Almost chose there. Almost chose Nishinomiya also, or Doko. There's various areas we looked at, but then Awaji was the one because I wanted to be an avocado farmer.
An avocado farmer?
Yes.
Why avocados?
I love avocados. Maybe it's because I'm from California, but I love avocados.
Do they grow well on Awaji? Awaji is known for onions. We were having that discussion just before we
and now it's known for olives too. Well, it's getting there. There's various islands in that area that are known for olives, and olives are, I guess, similar, to wherever they're pop. I don't even, stumbling on my words. California or Italy, I think those are the two popular places right now where olives are grown. But why did I mention olives? Because I met an olive farmer that told me, if olives can survive here, avocados can too. And I was like, great, I'm going to plant 100 avocado trees.
Have you?
No, I've only planted one. I just moved 5 months ago. Okay. So right now I'm at the stage of clearing my land. I have a little over half an acre, which is, I don't know, what is that?
I have no idea.
2,500 or 3,000. Is it 3,000 square meters? I don't know. It's like 3 tambos.
So you purchased, was it an Akia? Was it just a...
No. Well, it was an Akia. I didn't want to live in Akia, but I mean, I love the insects. But the house was just too decrepit that we just demolished it and built a new one. And with Japanese loans and whatnot, the mortgage was so cheap.
Yeah, they're pretty good at the moment.
It's cheaper than my rent in Tokyo. So I'm like, what? So I can pay rent for living in a brand new house that I custom designed from zero? That's crazy. So it is. We built a new house on top of a retired yuzu farm, and hopefully going to live my Stardew Valley life, because I also loved Harvest Moon Stardew Valley, which is like farming simulators.
So starting with one avocado tree and many more to come, we have to make
I have to clear one of my fields before I can start planting avocados, because I need to make sure that there's protection from aggressive wind, because they're very fragile in the first 5 years. And it's going to take a while. But the dream is avocado farm.
The dream is avocado farm.
Yes.
You moved there 5 months ago.
Yes.
How was it changed from the busy Tokyo city, which you've described to be an introvert's paradise, to now moving to your own little farmhouse on Awaji?
It's really funny because in the countryside, I think it demands more, I don't know.
Extroversion.
Yes.
To talk with your neighbor,
I'll just be walking and... It's like a game. It's like I hate to say it, it's like an RPG or even Stardew Valley. You're walking and suddenly a neighbor appears and was like, they'll start talking to you for a long time, and they'll give you a side quest like a 90-year-old woman in her neighborhood. My first side quest in the first week of being there is like, my plum trees are like, I can't reach the branch. It'd be nice if you could cut it for us. And we ended up cutting a plum branch, and then we take more walks, and we run into another villager. And yeah, there's just so many side quests, and I have too many stories of the countryside. It's very wild. Rumors move like fast. My first day there, I go to like this community center, the couple streets I guess minutes away by car. And I buy bread, and then I come back the next week. And then this other person was like, you must be the rumored lady that they're talking about, who's been wandering the neighborhood. The pug breeder who has 5 pugs said that she saw a woman with pink hair wandering around lately. It must be you. And I was like, Oh, they're paying attention. They're watching everything I'm
watching.
doing. They must be so bored or something. I don't know. I had pink hair until like last week, but yeah. Oh, this was also so they don't notice me doing things because they notice things. I'll be in the mountain with my husband cutting bamboo, and a week later, we're walking again, and this guy just goes, "Watch out for the poisonous snakes. You guys have been clearing the trees over there, right?" This is like 2 mountains away from this guy's house. And I'm like, how does he know? How does he know?
He was somewhere in the bushes behind
Or like
the bamboo.
the other guy, the other neighbor tells him. They're just, the gossip's crazy. It is Stardew Valley. For real. They're so friendly though. I love my neighbors.
Especially Awaji, small community, island community. I think people know each other, and when new faces move there.
Yeah, it's really great. And the community center, or this I guess I'm going to just call it a community center, have been trying to come up with ways to revitalize the area, to make people come and gather and do something. And I was like, oh my God, this is like Stardew Valley. It's just reviving the community center because they do festivals. They had like a seaweed festival where they give away free seaweed to people who come to this festival. They hold so many festivals. I don't know, but it could be that RPG, a lot of these games are modeled after
Could be.
real.
What have been some of
situations?
the challenges you faced kind of moving there, that you suddenly know, oh, I can't do this anymore?
Driving. I don't drive yet. I drove in the US. I haven't got my license. My driver's test is actually next week.
Fingers crossed, knock on wood.
Yeah. But I'm really excited to drive a really cute K truck, which is a miniature truck. We just got one. My husband drives me everywhere though, which is fine, but just in case.
The independence of being able to drive yourself somewhere, especially in the countryside for emergencies or groceries.
Yeah, I don't want to be like my husband's grandmother. She was awarded, she was in the newspaper for being the oldest woman to pass a driver's test. I think she was like 85.
Should you be still passing a driver's test at 85?
And that's what I thought, but she was in the boonies of, I think, Okayama or something.
Okay.
And her husband passed, so she has to drive somewhere. So she took a driver's test, she passed, and was on the newspaper in Okayama, which was really funny. Sorry, that was random, but that's not going to be me. I'm getting my driver's license next week.
Next week, so by the time this is out, you will have
but it's the written test
and driving your K truck around Awaji.
Yes.
You're still working for GeeXPlus, still developing the projects and many creators. How do you balance this Stardew Valley dream with kind of staying on top of busy Tokyo and everything that's going on there?
So our company is actually mostly remote. I would say we have, depending on the team, so aside from, say, our sales team, they come in once a week and everything else is remote because our clients are working around the clock, different countries. So it's only once a week. And then other teams are twice a month and then other people once a month. So it doesn't, for me, I don't need to be in the office every day. We use tools like Zoom or Google Meets, just online video calls, communicate through other means. So we don't need to be in person. So how I balance it is, I guess I wake up early, like not that early, 8 a.m. I water my plants for like
Sorry, I thought you were going to say something like I wake up early at 5 a.m. or something, and then you said 8.
Yeah, no, not yet. Not yet. 8 a.m. is the limit right now because it's not hot. It's not like summer yet. So 8 a.m. right now. Water my plants, check on my seedlings, plant new seedlings, make breakfast, then start around 9:30 or 10. But at the same time, while I'm watering my plants, I'm already on my phone answering things. Or when I wake up in my bed, I'm just answering things. And then I do my work, and then do the rest of the day. There's not much to do.
So most of the farming, the clearing, and so on, for now is still on the weekends.
Yes, it's a weekend thing. And when I have avocados, it doesn't really need daily maintenance. It's pretty easy.
Would you be the first avocado farmer of Awaji Island?
No, my neighbors are actually, they have like 10 really luscious trees that are producing probably 50 to 100 per tree. So they've got it good.
They've got it good. So it can be working. This could be yours in a few years.
Yes, and there's another farm that I actually visited a year or 2 years ago because they were on TV for being like one of the most well-known avocado farms. So I wanted to go there to see if they would take me in as an apprentice or whatever, because maybe I want to learn on the weekends. And he was like, oh no, I'm still trying to figure it out. I've only done this for 5 years. I can't teach anyone, but you can come check out my avocados. And then I got the tour. But he was definitely nowhere near, I guess, being at where I wanted to learn. So YouTube's better for learning on how to grow avocados.
A lot of people are dreaming to move to the Japanese countryside. I think it's been discussed a lot.
Yeah.
And you've done it from the city to the countryside.
I lucked out, though, because I also have a Japanese spouse. So he does everything, paperwork.
Yeah, the paperwork can be tricky. But generally for the living part of things, you talked about the gossip, the neighbors watching and so on. What should people know, in your opinion, before making the move to the countryside, before saying, okay, I'm going to get this Akia in this random little town there somewhere? What should people be aware of?
You need to know more than N3 Japanese. I mean, it's kind of weird, but I've met a lot of people who are like, oh, yeah, I'm studying for the JLP this year. And I asked them, I was like, oh, that's great. What level? And they're like, N5. I'm like, oh, okay. And you felt like you needed to tell me that. Sorry. I know, like, I hate that. I mean, people who comments be like, wow, that's rude. But you can't do anything with N5. I mean, real. You can't.
I think you can start with
it's like N3. Saying I memorized the ABCs and I don't even know how to spell. That's the level N5 is, type of thing. So you can't survive in the countryside without Japanese unless you're in a really international one. So Japanese, necessary, very, very necessary. Even if it's not reading, because you can read nowadays with smartphone apps, Google Translate, Google Lens, whatever. But verbally, you need to talk. And depending on where you are, the dialect's going to be really different. My husband's from Kansai, so it's not that hard, I guess, to differentiate. What else? Culture shocks. I wouldn't say it's lawless or anything, but there's a lot of weird things. Like apparently they're more aggressive in the countryside. Maybe it was my husband scaring me to like be alert, but he'll be like, don't trust everyone here. They have nothing to lose. They could be murderers, because murders happen in the countryside, and no one finds their bodies for months. Like if you look at Japan today and those type of news websites, it happens. So there's a lot of accidents from the elderly as well. There's a lot of old people in the countryside, so you need to be careful about the cars. 85-year-olds passing driver's
driving their little K-truck in the dark around these windy streets.
After certain hours, depending on where you live, you need to watch out for wild boars. If you're
walking, and the snakes in the bamboo forest.
Oh yeah, the poisonous snakes also are a thing. They're like, they're very short. I can't wait to catch them.
Very short, and pointy head.
Yeah, they're not that aggressive, but I can't wait to catch them. But there's a lot of wildlife. Inoshishi, or the boars, get really big. So if you're not careful, you will get like hit.
And that can kill.
And then people, there's just a lot of culture shock. Just people just tie their dogs on a short leash, like not I guess as long as this table, outside, like a pug. Rain, snow, sunshine, typhoon, it's outside in its own puddle of stuff. That was like shocking for me.
Which is interesting, because if you go to the city, the
they're
dogs
strollers.
are like in the stroller and like so pampered and have little haircuts and whatnot.
And it's just bizarre, because then in the afternoon I'll see them walking the dog, and I'm like, the dog's been outside and then now you're making it walk, I guess, outside still. I'm just, okay. It's just strange.
So language, culture shocks, animals, many things to kind of...
And they're burning plastic.
Burning plastic.
They're burning... Like in the countryside, you can burn things, because that's the farmer's right. They need to burn produce, grass, garbage, whatever it is. It's also burning certain green stuff. I'm like losing my train of thought. But the greenery, they can burn it and use it to fertilize their plants. So they can do that. But some of my neighbors are burning plastic. Like we have a gorgeous view. The weather's great. The breeze is nice. I want to open the window, but I can't because the smoke. There's always someone burning something. But I love the countryside, and I think everyone should live in the countryside Tokyo, when I come to Tokyo once a month, is too crowded. Claustrophobic. I don't know. I'm so tired of my clothes absorbing other people's sweat. I'm so
on the
done.
crowded trains. And
Yes. Or a lot of people will say, oh yeah, Japanese people obey the rules or whatever. They don't. In the priority seat, I always see businessmen or whatever on 2 of their phones talking loud. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, maybe, yeah, it's just too crowded.
Too crowded, too full, too loud.
Too
and
crowded, too sweaty.
Your little own Stardew Valley
Yeah.
on Awaji.
Yeah.
And a plan to populate it with avocado.
Yes, I want to build a village. A lot of my friends have been looking for a property in the same area because the idea is like when we get old, we all work on the same farm together. We share produce.
Oh,
That's
that's the dream.
yeah. Not like a cult village or anything, but like maybe.
Maybe. Maybe a little bit.
Yes.
A dream to look forward to and many more projects.
Yes.
Meilyne, thank you so much for coming
No
and sharing your
problem.
story.
Sorry, I probably went on random tangents.
Not at
Hope
all.
I answered your questions.
No, you certainly did. It was super interesting. I didn't look at my paper as I usually don't, but do you feel like did you have any expectations that this would be your life in Japan after 10 years before you came here?
I don't know. I just always want to do something fun and stimulating, not old. I got tired of Tokyo being there 10 years. If I got tired of Tokyo, I'd just find another place. I want to live in the countryside for maybe another 10 years. I don't know what's after that. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I also kind of knew I would be in Japan because my husband never wants to live in America, ever. He's like, I can't believe you survived America. And I'm just like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? I was born
like,
and I grew up
the guns and the drugs. He's not conservative or anything, but he's just like.
But be careful of the people on Awaji. They might.
Yeah. But I mean, he understands. I'm like very usually, also introverted and shy. So it's like, how did I survive in America? Is what he's always like wondering.
And now ready to thrive in Japan.
Yes.
Thank you for all your insights, your stories. We'll make sure to put links in the description if people want to reach out and ask maybe more questions in the comments.
Yeah, whether they're looking for a job, looking for...
Or content creator looking for an agency.
Yes, a content creator looking for an agency. A company with money. Just kidding. Just sponsors. Yeah, I don't know. As long as random people don't slide into my DMs, like on LinkedIn or whatever it is, saying, hey, you're living my dream, and I think you are the perfect person to make my dream come true. How do I do it? Those type of DMs, no.
Just come listen to this episode of the podcast.
Yes.
You have the full story here.
It's really crazy. I get DMs where they ask me to make their life dream come true, and I'm like, what are you going to do for me? It's not a one-way street. Sorry, random.
But it's a very interesting approach, a very bold one, certainly.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating.
Let's hope people move on from this and maybe message you with more interesting questions or things that you can actually answer and give
or they can catch my streams. I'll be streaming maybe again, farming
live streams,
fishing
from
streams.
The farm. We can watch
from
the
my
avocado
farm.
Tree grow.
I'll answer on there maybe.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me, Toby.
Thank you everyone for listening and watching. This was Unpacking Japan, and we'll be back again next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future conversations. And we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this episode, here are a couple more that we think you'll enjoy. Thanks again for your support, and we'll see you next time.